this is the basic pattern we had the other time, the 7 by 5 inches, the same dimension, and we're going to be manipulating this. So first I'm going to be folding this in half so that the front and the back, they are the same. So what we have here is front and the back. So you can see that this has also been divided into half. That's the base of the bag. So we're going to be working on just one aspect of the bag. Now the first manipulation you can do to your bag is reducing the shape or the dimension of the front at the top. So when I mean the front, I also mean the back. So let's say that we want to reduce the front. We don't want it to be box like, we just want it to be bag like. So we can reduce this by 1 inch. This is the line that marks where your front starts from. So you take 1 inch from there and 1 inch from here into the front. This is the front. Let me label it. This is the front, this is the side 2, side 1. So this is the front. So into the front you take that 1 inch. It can be any dimension, but I'm using 1 inch for example here. So you slant to where the front ends at the bottom. Where the front line ends at the bottom, that is where you slant to. So what this is going to give you is that your front is going to be wide at the bottom, but it is going to be slimmer at the top. Don't touch your base. Don't ever touch your base when you're doing your manipulation. Your base has to remain as it is. Once you have that, the next thing is your gusset. Your gusset has to follow your front. So this is now where the side starts from. This line, initial line for the front, is no longer relevant. This is no longer relevant. This is now the new line for the front. So now you're going to see, how do I want the side to be at the top? Let's say you also want the side to be, this is 1.75 inches at the bottom. Let's say you want the side total to be 2 inches at the top. That means one from the front, one from the back. If you add the two together, it will give you 2 inches total for the side. That's how you do it. So now I could say I want my gusset to be, this is 1.75, I want it to be reduced at the top, and I want it to be total of 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches total at the top means that it is going to be 3.5 at the bottom, 1.5 at the top. 1.5 at the top now means that I have to divide it into two, one for the front, one for the back. So 1.5 divided by 2 would give me 1.5 divided by 2 will give me 0.75. So I'm going to mark 0.75 here and 0.75 from this new line, the slanted line. Mark 0.75 from that point. Now this part, on this part, this is the place where the side ends. This is where the side ends. So from this place is where you slant, not here. This is the front, this is the side. So you take from here and you slant to this, to the 0.75 inch mark you made. So what we have done is we have adjusted the original line inwards, and this line as well, we moved it inwards as well. So you can now cut this place off. So after chopping it off, this is what you're going to have. So you don't need this anymore. This is what your pattern now looks like. You can see that we've changed the form of the pattern from the basic box to this now. So we are getting somewhere. So let's say you don't want the front of the bag, you don't want the shape at the top to be the same. So you can do another shape to your bag. So let's say that we're just going to take a random shape to the bag, something like this. So you can see that what I'm doing is only affecting the front, it's not getting to the gusset. Okay, what I'm doing is not getting to the side, it's only affecting the front of the bag. So once you're done with this, you can now couple your bag together. So if you want to put an handle, you can put an handle. If you want the handle to be there after, you can do that. So let's couple this together and see what we have. This, you're going to straighten this, you're going to cut this. So what I just did is have a straight line here. So once you close it at the bottom, close this at the bottom as well. So mark this, you will see that it is pointed, so you have to cut it straight. Show this in the advanced pattern drafting, how you can do it that you don't have to gum it first before you cut it. It's going to be part of your pattern. So it's part of the things you will learn in the advanced pattern drafting class. But this is just for basics. This is what we have as soon as we are done. So you can see the shape at the top, and you can see how reduced this is. This is not opening as wide as this, right? Because of the manipulations, even though they are the same dimensions, the same height, the same bottom, the same top, but we manipulated it, and this is what we have. So now you can also put your handle. So to put my handle, I'll do this. So this is the side, so you're tracing the line for the side, and you're going to mark at that point. I'm just pressing it, pressing this point as well. And so you take a piece of paper, I'll fold it in two, and I'm going to open up this part. That's where I'm opening up, and do this. This is what we have. This is like a Hobo bag, and you can see what we have here. So the same pattern principle, different results that we were able to achieve. Now you have seen how the formula works and how you can apply it to make various designs of bags, and I believe that by now you can also apply this formula to make different designs of bags. If you would love to learn how to convert these paper prototypes into real bags that you make with leather, with Ankara and different bag fabrics, then you should join the bag making bootcamp, where I'm going to be present with you in live classes and also in support groups to help you navigate how to make bags, attach lining, put organizers, put zipper on your bag, put different closure methods, add wear like eyelet, chain handle, bag sets, and different types of accessories, different types of handles, so that you can make real bags that you can sell. To join this bag making bootcamp, I would love to see you in the bag making bootcamp.